get up in here and we'll chat it up. We'll have some ranting that we'll do as well. Let's wait a little bit to see if anybody slides through. See what's cracking, crack-a-lacking. See if anybody slides on through. See if anybody comes through. We're live. Not one person yet. Interesting. Interesting.
Having a morning person starts.
Interesting. Nobody. See if anybody comes through. What's going on, Mr. Malachi? What's good, little man? What's good? Ain't seen you in a little bit. Let's see if we can get it to go a long way. Oh, nope. I guess I got to keep it that way. Guess I got to keep it that way. What's going on with you, little man? What's up, Twisted D? What's good with you, man? How you doing? You doing all right? What's going on? So, what's up, guys? So you can ask questions, anything like that that you guys want to answer, ask. We'll have some ranting that goes on too. Yo, yo, taking a load to main, prepare for reload. Living the dream. That's what's up. What's up, Twisted D? Living that dream. I understand that. Living that dream is what it is, yo. I'm doing our best to live that dream. Taking a load to Justin Foe is saying, taking a load, preparing for reload to Canada border. LOL. That's what's up, man. Be safe out there. I know the weather might be a little iffy up there. Doing all right, little man. Doing all right. You know, out here in Ohio, waiting for them to get a door for me so I can uh, get unloaded. What's going on, Ron? How you doing? Doing all right, Ron? Having a good day? Chilling? Making money? Making dough? You know? Set this up here so I can see what people are saying. I guess. Try to at least. Good to see making that money. uh, it's all right, yo. The money is funny right now. The money is funny right now. If you understand what I'm saying. Twisted D says, "How's the freight going? Was there a slowdown, or did you just stay running?" Um, I've been steady running. It's not as consistent as it used to be. A lot of long deadheads uh, is what I've been. Oh, that's what's up. A lot of main truck stops have free showers. At least you can wash your Rudy, as my wife says, wash your Rudy. um, but other than that, it's been alright. It's not as consistent as it was. There's a lot more deadheading that a lot of drivers are having to do. I I have a hard time doing deadheads if they don't, if they're not gonna pay outright. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. What you can do, make this money, make this dough. There's a lot of frustrated drivers out there. Put it that way. A lot of frustrated drivers, and we can dive into that since I'm waiting for them to uh, get a door for me. We'll dive into it. So I got a load out of I what? Let me go rewind it back. So I went home for a day to get I had a dentist appointment and I went home. Now I stayed out the whole holiday season, the whole holiday run. I stayed out all 13 days, did not go home, didn't have any home time. Literally the last time I really had like a home time was back in July when I picked up my truck. That was when I had an actual home time. It was all right, man. So I have to wonder if they would hire to many contract companies to pull prime trailers would it hurt the drivers. Uh don't think it necessarily hurts drivers. But let me go back to my story. So I get a load, and that load picks up in Kentucky. So I bust ass, go down to Kentucky or up to Kentucky. I get to Kentucky. That load takes me all the way out to Nebraska. Get to get to Nebraska, and they give me another load going back to Georgia or going back to Florida. Now the load from there to from Kentucky to Crete, Nebraska wasn't paying all that great. So I got out there, and then I was gonna be turning right back around. With the turn right back around, I wouldn't have had no revenue. I wouldn't have made no check, right? So luckily there was a team truck that was rolling that, not luckily for me, or luckily for me, sad for them, but the team truck was a company driver, so it wasn't too bad. I took his load and delivered a day early. So I got to slide through the house and chill for my 10 hour, then go down to Florida. So on my way back, come out of Florida, run up to North Carolina. This is where it gets a little fishy, right? So if you guys follow me on my YouTube, I post thumbnails of videos that could come out later on at just different dates, just coming soon. So my fleet manager wanted me to take a load, go to Virginia to pick up a load, going back out to Crete, Nebraska. Now, most of the time I don't trip. I don't complain, I don't trip, I don't get an attitude. I pretty much just good little worker bee, right? So I'm like, man, I'm looking at the weather. I'm like, man, I don't necessarily want to be on the 80 right now. I'm like, man. So something said, just call and see if another load fell off or somebody declined something or something happened. So I call, another load's there. I'm like, bet. And it was okay. So the load going to Crete, Nebraska from Virginia was paying 2,100 for 1,200 miles. The next load, the load that I ended up getting, that, that I asked about just to see, only thing they can say is no, paid $2,800 for 750. So I was like, and it was picking up in Tar Heel. My buddy calls it the pink pagoda or whatever you call it. So I was like, throw that on me. So I was like, let me take that. Now I took that. I got up there. I was early. They got me unloaded. Now in hindsight, I think maybe I should have just took the Crete, Nebraska load in hindsight because I really didn't make any more money, and I'll tell you why now. So I took that load. I got another load, but before that, I got fuel. So I got fuel at the Wilmington, Connecticut truck stop, which is a TA that's got a Burger King and a Dunkin' in it. So I got fuel there, and I had a deadhead from Wilmington, Connecticut, all the way down or all the way up to New York to go pick up my next load that was going to Reed City. So I get my load. I stop at a truck stop, got some Chick-fil-A, handle some business, turn my truck back on. Just running rough. Baby's running rough. What the hell's going on? Hell, what the hell? Making unnormal noises. It sounds like something's going on in the engine. Like there's some monster in the engine, not wanting to wants to come out. So I'm like, this has happened to me before, back in November. It happened. November, yeah, November or October, somewhere around there. So I'm like, man, let me just make it to my spot. So I go pick up my load, start running, going to the petrol up there on the 90, right? Truck is running mad raggedy. 2023, man, running mad raggedy. So I'm like, man, let me go to the TA. TA guy says we don't have any mechanics. When we have one mechanic, we close at midnight. And he's got a pretty big trailer job that he's working on right now. I'm like, okay, you might want to head over to the Loves. So I jet over to the Loves. But prior to that, guys, that load that load that I picked up at the Peak Pagoda, that my buddy Dwayne calls it, pay better. When I was doing my live loaded call, I got my fleet manager. Call for my departed agent, got my fleet manager. So I call him. I'm like, this is da 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 da, and he's like, what happened to our other load? I said, well, I didn't necessarily want to take it, but I was like, I called to see if there was anything better that we had that would make us more money, right? That's what we're out here to do, make money. So that load paid 2,100 or 2,200 for 2,100 miles going out to Nebraska with one pick, two drops. Wasn't gonna make no wasn't gonna make no money off of that. So I'll get to your comments in a second. So he got upset with me about it. Like literally got upset with me about it. And said, "Oh, you're gonna screw yourself," and like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul and all this stuff. And I'm like, you make money off of the loan. So if I get a better penny loan, wouldn't you be happy about it? But he was kind of reading me the riot act about it. He's kind of upset with me about it for you know checking to see if I can find a better loan, paying better, less money. Then he, tell me slow your truck down. You're only getting seven. I'll get this is where my truck has having issues. I'm only getting like freaking 5.9 miles to the gallon. It's horrible. Thing's getting like I got a cat motor in the dang thing, and it's a dang on Packard motor. So he's upset with me about it, and I'm like, man, like I'm just trying to put myself in a better position because I can't keep on not getting paid. I stayed out. I did not go home. I stayed out the whole holiday and it didn't really do nothing. I didn't win nothing in the contest. Supposed to have 13 entries and I didn't win nothing. So I stayed out, didn't really make any more money, and I'm like, all right, trying to see what the best possibility is, right? So he got upset with me, and I'm just like, man, like I just thought it was a better choice. He's telling me that I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm like, all right, well, I got a better load, and I ran it. So I ran it up, got unloaded, then my truck had an issue. So my truck had an issue, had to get my load repowered. Now I'm up at the Petro in New York off the 90, and I go to the Loves, and they pull out my fuel filter, and they pull out my other fuel filter. So there's two fuel filters. The first fuel filter is where you can prime it, where you have the fuel water separator. That thing had some green nasty stuff in it. Looked like baby vomit or baby shit that comes in, but it was just liquidy. It was just like liquid, but it was that color. So just think about that and think that color, right? Then my fuel filter was black and it had fuel, but it would look like it had oil in the fuel. So it was just weird. I don't know. So they said I wouldn't drive it. They sent that information back to Prime. Prime says, fine, we'll have you towed. So I have to sit there overnight, losing a day, sit there overnight, and tow truck or the repower comes, takes my truck, checks my trailer. That would have gave me a nice paycheck. Would have gave me a decent. I would have had close to 2 G's for the week. That was just me thinking ahead. So repowered that load. They gave me $298 because I had to dead it. So I got $298 for that. Then I had to get towed. So I got towed about 45 minutes down to the Peterbilt outside in Henrietta, New York. They telling me it's bad, all bad. Just gave me every bad thing that you could possibly think of. Bad, bad, bad. I'm like, all right, man. Checks the codes. Yeah, the codes are bad. It doesn't look good. You might want to try to find. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I sit there another night. So there's 2 days that I lost, right? 2 days. So in the process with the video that I had, the last video, the second to last video that I posted, was loaner truck process. So that began the process of the loaner truck process. This is the whole story. You just got the good stuff, the meat and potatoes in the video. This is the whole story. So then they tell me I'm waking. I wake up. I've already communicated with my road assist advisor, my dispatcher. I've called, chopped it up with Sam, aka Sam Messick. I chopped it up with him, let him know, let road assist, let the field desk know. I called everybody that needed to know what was going on in this freaking situation, all off of that TA in Wilmington, Connecticut. Let them know. So truck gets towed. I'm at the Henrietta Peterbilt in New York. I sit there for a day after they get me in and they tell me it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. So I sit there. I'm like shitty because I'm sitting there. So one of my boys lives up there. I called him up. We went out to eat. We went out to eat at Tully's up there. Great place, great food, man. I had some succulent chicken strips. That was so if Al ever sees that, he chop it up. But it was really good. So go back to my truck. Next day, I'm calling trying to see about this loaner truck. Now, there's a long list of things that has to be done before you can even get into a loaner. But a lot of it is not necessarily on you, it's on other people. They just have to communicate. So your communication has to be on. So I'm communicating, I'm texting on my phone in the Prime app, using the Prime app, Qualcomm, calling, blah blah blah. So then the question is the truck drivable? I'm like, yeah, it's drivable. They told me not to drive it, but it's drivable. How they're like, how far are you from Pittston? 3 hours. Now remind you, there's a snowstorm getting ready to come in. I'm like, 3 hours? So, well, if you can make it down to Piston, we can get you a loaner truck. I'm like, all right, okay. So, doop, doop, start boogieing down to Piston. So I'm rolling away. My truck is, it ain't getting. I'm getting like bobtail. I'm getting 5 miles to the gallon. Normally I'm getting 13, 14 miles to the gallon empty. With a bobtail, I should be getting damn 15, damn near. Being funny. But I was getting like 5, so I knew something was wrong. So boogie down there, I get to Pittston, and you hear my shit running. Sounding all types of bad. So they proceed to tell me, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to send it to Peterbilt. But I already knew they was gonna have to send it to Peterbilt. But bring it there, they were gonna tow it to Peterbilt. That tow I had to pay for too, by the way. The tow from Pittston to Pocono, I had to pay for that tow too. So two tows that I have to pay for, and I had to get a loaner truck, which I'm in now. And once you go Pete, yeah, it's like once you go Pete, you can't go back. You go back, you're gonna be like mad disappointed, like dang, it's just ugh. So I'm just thankful for I got a good truck. I got a truck that I can make some money on. That's all that matters. I think all praises to the Most High. Looking out for your boy to be able to get a truck quick with the quickness and everything. They got my truck into the shop with the quickness. So they told my truck, but the night before I had to move all my stuff over. I had to do everything like I'm signing a new lease. I had already had the new lease paperwork on my phone. So I had to log in, sign that paperwork, and get into this truck, and then go chop it up with my fleet manager so I can get a load. Because now I'm down to 3 days. It's Saturday. It's Saturday now, guys. So no, I'm sorry, Friday. No, see the Friday and Saturday. So now I go chop it up with my dispatcher. He's like, "You ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I sat there the whole day. The whole day. His office is down here. I'm in the cafeteria in Pittston. His office, I'm in the cafeteria. I chop it up with him. He says, "Oh, we'll find you a load. We'll get you straight. Get you a load out of here." Me and my buddy Dwayne, we sat there damn near the whole day in the cafeteria, just chopping it up, talking to other drivers, had some dinner, chopping it up with Big Mike, driver been here over 11 years, chopping it up with him. all of that. And I'm looking at my phone, checking to see if my fleet manager left. This man left without giving me a load. Bounced. So what did I have to do? I said, I'm not gonna sit here and wait for him to come back in to find me a load. I'm not about to do that. Nah, I got a full clock. Man, I'm about to. I called my dispatcher, my night dispatch. Hey, yo, what's good, man? How you doing? You good? You straight? How your night been? He's like, it's all right, man. Hey, I'm with truck blah blah blah. What you got coming out of here? Uh, we got two different loads. Which one? Which one do you want? I said, is there anything that's ready right now that I can get down the road to get to my next load so I can get paid? Now, mind you guys, that week I only made $952. $952. I'm a grown ass man. $952 ain't doing nothing. That's before taxes. So like, now mind you, that's like the second week in a row. This is my rant part. It's like the second or third week in a row. Like 16, 13, 900. So, and that's before taxes, guys. Before taxes. So I'm like, let me get a Hershey load. We got a Hershey load. Mind you guys, Hershey loads don't pay. They used to pay pretty decent, and they just been slowly declining. Like they're not paying like they used to. You used to be able to take a Hershey load out to Edwardsville, Illinois, and I think we pay almost 1,500. Now you're getting like 11 for almost for almost 800 miles. You get like 11, especially if you take 76 or you come through the back way. It's like 862 miles. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it. So I boogie up there, go pick up that load. It's ready to rock and roll, and I roll out. So I roll out. I get to Edwardsville, drop that load. Then it's like, I'm ready for a reload. I go get my trailer washed out. My next load, I have a load that's in Beardstown. I ain't been to Beardstown in a while. It's been like 2 years since I've been to Beardstown. So I go to Beardstown, pick up the load that I'm currently at the shipper and receiver or the receiver right now to drop. That load, it was two loads that I could have chose to pick. I chose this one because it was going to Ohio, better reload area. Now, mind you, any of you guys are coming in here trying to be super truckers or any of that stuff, or you're new to the game, know where you're going within the Prime network. Know the cities. Remember where they send you consistently, where they consistently send you, the loops that they consist you, the shippers from the east to the shippers to the west, to the shippers to the north, the shippers to the south. Remember, keep a mental note of where they send you. So you kind of have an idea what you're going to get out of that general location when you get there. So it was a load that wasn't paying all that great, and then they had this load. I was like, well, if you send me to PA, it's not going to be all that great. It wasn't paying that. It wasn't paying all that great. Like I know I was going to New York, and I was like, man, I don't want to go to New York because it's a shitty reload area. I said I probably deadheaded down here, maybe get a Yo Play load or a Free City load or something like that. I was like, nah, I'll take the Ohio load. Paid a little better, paid almost 2 G's. I was like, I'll take the 2 G's for 600 miles. It's like, man, I'll do that. So I boogied over here. I got here early. I always try to arrive at my shippers and receivers early. No excuse. Except for a Walmart, there's no excuse for you lollygagging around, bitching and moaning about not making money if you're not at your shipper and receiver early. Check your ass in. And if they tell you no, okay, bet, no problem. But I'm sick and tired of these drivers out here bitching and moaning about not making no goddamn money when they lollygagging at the truck stop, oversleeping, not getting to the shippers and receivers on time. There's no excuse for that. Be early. It's a proven fact. You can go in and ask your dispatcher. You can go ask any of them. What do they gauge your appointment times? And they're going to tell you it's at 50 to 55 miles an hour. That's what they gauge them at. So, for a for the outside of weather and traffic, you should always be early to your shippers or your receivers. Always early for shippers and receivers, unless they dispatch you on the load late. That is the only excuse if they dispatch you on the load late. But I would rather show up to my receiver early than arrive late. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard, if you're early, you're on time, and if you're on time, you late. Let that seep into your dang mind. If you are early, you are on time, and if you're on time, you are late. Understand that. You out here in the trucking world and the trucking game, all of that, all of that, and you bitching, not making no money. Oh, like I had a comment today, right? It wasn't a bad comment. It was a serious question. He asked me, what if the load is paying like $900 for like 500 miles or something like that? And I said, where's it going? I said, if it's going from GA to Michigan for, 900, or no, I think it was, yeah, it was something like that. It was like GA to Michigan or something like that. 900 for 500 miles or 700 miles or something like that. It depends on where it's going. So use this analogy. If I have a load, say it's Wednesday, and I have a load, they send me a load that is $900 for 700 miles. Okay, where is it going? If it picks up on Wednesday and drops Thursday, no, picks up on Wednesday and drops Friday, $900, and it's going up to Michigan. Am I taking that load? I'll say it again. If the load picks up on Wednesday, drops Friday, and it pays you $900, and you're coming out of Georgia, are you taking that load? So many drivers are gonna throw their nose up at that damn load. I can get a better load, and but then they're bitching about not making no money. Hmm. Now the better question would be, what can I get on the opposite side of there? So if I take the load for 900, let's do this. Your fixed cost is $1,300, right? Average fixed cost at prime before fuel about 1,400 bucks. We'll just say 1,300 bucks. Now I take that load. Fuel's probably gonna be for 500 miles. We'll say 350 bucks. So your net profit, we'll give you a roundabout number. We'll say your profit off of that load, there is no profit really, because you have your fixed cost that you have to pay for. But you're up in Michigan on a $900 load on a Friday. Now on a Friday, you want to carry something through the weekend, right? So 900 plus you're up in Michigan in a great reload area, because from Michigan, let's look at the places that you can go in Michigan. Michigan, you can go down to Chicago. You can go down to Indiana. You can go over to Ohio. You can go to Wisconsin. You can go to we'll point out one of the bigger ones, Greenfield, Indiana. This is Smithfield right there by the pilot. You could go there and get a great meatloaf going east. Typically, those loads pay you somewhere around the point they used to pay you close to $3,000 coming out of there. So now you have 3,900, and then that load carries you through the weekend, and then it drops on say Monday. So now you have $3,900 to the books. Then now you in, we'll say, New York, right? Now you can play. Now you can play, because now you be like, all right, you could get day hoppers. So maybe you get a $700 load here and another $900 or another $700 load somewhere else. That's 1,400. So 14 plus 39, you've already done almost 6 G's to your truck. Your fuel cost is gonna be low. So now you're looking at a check about maybe 22. We'll say 2,300 dollars. We'll say at the high end 2,500 after truck payment and fuel, if you manage your fuel right. How many of you damn drivers out here? How many drivers you hear that ain't making no money? And the first thing you ask them is, "What's your tank at the end of Friday or on Wednesday? What's your tank at?" "Well, my tank is full." "Well, there's why you don't have no bread, because all your money is in your tank." That's why you gotta be strategic on your fueling. But so many people are denying loads. Like me and my buddy were just talking about this, right? So, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But all 80 y'all, why didn't y'all give me no thumbs up? What y'all being racist against the thumbs up? Give me some thumbs up. Why are you being stingy with the thumbs up? Thumbs up, y'all. Like 7? Where not where's the thumbs up? 8? Where's the thumbs up, guys? Give me some thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Okay, there goes the 2. Thank you, Mally. Thank you, other person. Show me a little bit of love. 2 thumbs up and 8 of y'all. Y'all 3, y'all being stingy with the thumbs up. Thank you, little man. I appreciate it. The only person up in here showing his old dad some love is 1 out of the 3. Y'all shameful. But anyway. So what was I saying? What was I saying? So me and him were talking about this load, right? And he tells me, he says, they got a load that's going to New York and they got a load that's going to Washington. I said, how much is the load going to Washington paying? And he said, it's 1900. I said, okay, 1900 to go to, no, it was paying like 21. I think he was saying it's 2100 to go to Washington. I said, when does it drop? He's like, Friday. I was like, all right, where's the other load going? New York. Hmm. And he said, we had the same dispatcher. He said, take a load to Washington. Now, I told him, I said, I'll take a load to Washington. I said, you've been out here long enough, bro. You know what it is. It's snow. It's the little white shit that we see every day in the winter that screws everybody. But it is what it is. So I said, I take the Washington load. Do I want to take the Washington load? No. Does he want to take the Washington load? No. But this is why you take the Washington load. You take the Washington load because it drops Friday. You haven't made any money because your truck has been in the shop, or you have some extenuating circumstances that have been bestowed upon you. So you have to get it how you can get it. Grind and hustle. You gotta break down doors, open up windows, whatever door that's shut, you gotta open that shit and get through, right? So I said, take the load going up to Washington. I said that load pay you $2,100. I said, all right, you be in Washington. Now, out of Washington, you can get a apple load, which pays amazing. You can get a onion load, which goes down to Florida, which pays amazing. Or you can get something down to Salt Lake City, and then boogie around somewhere else. You can get a Nestle load out of Springville, Utah. You can get a number of different things that you can end your week with a pretty decent paycheck. So he was like, "Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds. I was gonna do that." And I was like, "That's what I would do." As much as I don't want to go up there, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The worst thing you can do is have to shut down. But at least you have a load on the back of you that's gonna pay you at some point. It's gonna pay you. People nowadays, us truck drivers nowadays, the drivers that are out here declining loads every godforsaken day. Oh, it's not paying enough. Oh, it's not this. Oh, I don't want to go here. And then you're bitching about not making no money. I I I don't not make money, but it's not what I want to make. I can go chop it up. I can go chop it up with my fleet manager, and he can show me what the loads are coming in and the loads are coming out, and how many trucks are coming out of here and trucks are coming out of there. It's just shitty everywhere. It's shitty everywhere. There's no less shittier spot to be. But everybody's like, oh, I'm not taking this. Oh, I'm not taking that. Oh, I'm not. Like, shit. Give it to me. I'll suck up all the little pennies. Because if I have a penny, and I have 2 pennies, and I have 3 pennies, and I have 5 pennies, and I have 20 pennies, and you're still bitching and moaning about not having 1 penny. How many pennies did I take from you because you were stingy enough, or you were lazy enough, or you don't want to grind enough because you want to sit and wait for a load? Newsflash: that load that you are sitting there hypothetically thinking that there might be a better load, they're telling you that there's not. There might be. It might something somebody else might have an issue where that load falls off, or somebody else doesn't want to take it because it doesn't go in the direction that they need to go. You might get blessed. You might get lucky. But the more load you decline, still does pay attention to that. Why that driver? When you go in and you go chop it up with your fleet manager and you sit there watching them for like 20 minutes to see what goes on, it's not them. Loads are shitty all over the place. Everywhere, loads are shitty. It's not you like, oh, screw Prime. I'm going somewhere else. Okay. Where are you about to go? Tell me. Show me where the money is better. Show me. Show me where you can go have the opportunity to go lease a truck, own that truck if you want to do lease purchase, and you're gonna make what the possibilities of what you can make here. See, that's the thing what people don't pay attention to. The possibilities here at Prime are endless. Everybody wants instant gratification. Instant gratification is not always the best. The best. Instant gratification is not always it. I'd rather have consistency and build a rapport than job hop. See, I wish the brother Trucker Brown would put me on, man, and help me grow my channel. Because there's a lot of things that me and him say eye to eye on, but then there's a lot of things that I think that I can learn from him, and he could possibly learn from me. I know he's bigger channel than me and all of that shit, but at the end of the day, we both have different insights in the trucking game. You can learn something new every day as opposed to thinking you know everything. That's what I'd be like, man. Trickle Brown, put me on, man. Why does Prime trainers at Prime encourage leasing too much of their new drivers get their CDL? Why does Prime trainers at Prime encourage leasing so much? Is there a new drivers that just got their CDL? So I don't bullshit it with you. I keep it 100 over here because I don't care. You can love to hate me, hate to love me. I don't care. But I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna give it to you straight. No chaser. Give you the yak, give you the Hennessy straight to the head. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So if you want to make money and have the opportunity to better yourself, go lease. But you want to learn the game first. They're not gonna teach you the game. They're gonna hand you an open door business. They're gonna hand you an open door business, turnkey business. Here you go. You ever heard the saying? I learned this from my buddy Nip. You ever heard the saying? The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. You can dream all day, but you gotta hustle to get where you want to go. So they encourage drivers to go lease because Prime makes more money off of the lease drivers. No, they're hiring drivers right now. What are they doing? They're hiring drivers now there with experience. So drivers that have experience, they're hiring. But I do know that they have opened up their hiring new CDL drivers. You can check with Twisted D. He was in here. I don't know if he's still up in here. Twisted D, he does training and stuff like really good trainer. The PSD trainer. If you want to really know the game and get out here so you can make some money, make some dough, get with Twisted D. You can use my driver code or you can use his driver code, and either one of us will get you in the door. That put you. If you put my driver code or Twisted D's driver code on your app, it shoots you to the top of the list because the people that use driver codes that want to come to Prime get bumped up the list because the people that use driver codes are more apt to staying at Prime with the getting a burr up their ass and leaving. So as far as I know, they're still hiring, but it's with people that have experience. Um, Another thing that really frustrates me is drivers that come over here and they don't invest in the stuff to drive their truck properly. So if you're new to leasing, like I talk about leasing, I'm not a company driver. I was a company driver for 2 years at England. So you said I watched. quite a few prime drivers and see that ones that just got their seat, they'll go leasing. I support making money, but if you can't even back without a spotter, I don't seem it don't seem. All right, so backing. So here's the challenges with backing, right? So when you go to PSD, they're not taking you to a truck stop to learn how to back. You're backing on the path. That's a controlled environment. Now, that controlled environment helps you learn the essential tools that you need to learn how to back. Learning your pivot points and this and that and the other, so on and so forth. But when you get out here in the real world, throw all that shit out the window. Out the freaking window. It serves no earthly purpose. The only thing that's gonna serve an earthly purpose is straight line backing. And maybe offset. That's why they teach you straight line back first. Offset, alley dock. You want to learn how to back? Go to Aldi's up in Ohio. No lights. Have to park between long nose Kenworth and long nose Billy Bob Peterbilt. And he's sitting there and he's got the big stacks and it's stretched out and you got to back in and then there's trailers right in fucking front of you. Excuse my language. Right in front of you. They don't they don't teach that. That's what you need to learn how to do. And you have no help. You have no help with that. So do I encourage them to send drivers like New York or where this confined? Go to Buzz Products. Take you behind the Buzz Products. Look it up in Virginia. Buzz Products. They got a video about it. It's called The Rookie Killer. Look up that video. It's got a football player getting knocked the heck out. Watch that video. That video will tell you how some of these backings are. Backing, you get paid to back. I always say I don't care. I don't care if you got to get out and look a billion times. I'm over exaggerating. 100 times. That will save you a shit ton of money. Shit ton. But everybody's so freaking in a hurry. It's the quality of time that they take to back to help the person back. Um, see, the thing that I get frustrated is that these drivers forget where they came from. They were once you. They were once me. They were once the guy in the seat that's nervous or the lady that's in the seat that's nervous and crying because she can't back. She's nervous out of her freaking mind because she wants to get it so badly, but nobody took the time to really show him or her how to back into a spot. Yeah, jackknife into a dock or blindside into a dock. People don't understand it. We get paid to back. We get paid to back. We don't get paid to drive forward. We get paid to back. We get paid to put this 53-foot trailer and squeeze it into new nice little holes. Put this long trailer into a nice little hole. That's what we get paid for. And then they unload the stuff. I want to drop this damn load. Like, we get paid to back up, not to pay to go forward. We get paid to back. Because you don't get paid until you drop that load off. But so many people they're such in a rush and they're Johnny flatbed or Johnny go extra fast type shit. They don't take the time. Driving is a skill. Driving takes precision. Some places are straight line back, some places it is and stuff, but it's a skill to roll up, back that truck in, and do it right away. It's like a feeling, guys. Like how I do is when I roll up to a spot, I use my apex. For those of you who don't know what a damn apex is, I'm gonna tell you what an apex. So you come up to your spot, you put where you're going with your shoulder right here. So you pull up, put where you're going, shoulder, right? One 1000, two 1000, three 1000, left. One 1000, two 1000, three 1000. Then maybe a right again, and that's get your trailer kitty corner with the spot that you're trying to go into. Then turn the wheel the opposite way. Then you don't even have to have your foot on the gas, right? You just use the horsepower of the truck that's gonna push it back for you, and just go slow. I give two shits about Johnny over here that's honking his horn. I get out and say, Screw you. I'm trying to get paid. Screw you. I'm trying to get paid. I don't give a damn about how long you have to wait. It's about me right now. I'm about to get paid. Screw you. Let me do my thing. And I'm gonna take all damn day because you know what? At the end of the day, he's not paying for your shit if you break something. He's not. You are. So take your time, brothers. Take your time, sisters. Take your time. Whoever. Take your time. Backing is a skill. Do it with some precision. It's just gets on my nerves. It grinds my gears, I guess you could say. Grinds my gears, man. People would tell prime drivers to use their Qualcomm to go follow that for directions. Nope, don't do it. Take your ass to Prime, take your ass to Love's TA Petrol, and invest in GPS right away. Get it spread out over time. It's gonna save you. Get the Garmin. You don't have to get the big dumb Garmin. Get you a Garmin that's gonna pay for you to make sure that you don't get to a jacked up place. Jacked up place. It's gonna pay for you. Whether you want to do it or not, it's gonna help you. You will find that most of the drivers that are out here right now weren't trained the best. They weren't trained to how to run a business. They weren't trained about fuel. They weren't trained about trucks. There's so many drivers that are freaking in the hole right now because they went home for the holidays and they still ain't made a paycheck yet and they mad. Why are they mad? Well, you went home for 3 weeks. You just lease your truck, you went home for 3 weeks. Why are you mad? You can have emergency fund. Quick tip: if you want to go home, you want to have money when you want to go home and you want to take a week off, take your fixed cost divided by 4. That give you a week off. Fixed cost divided by 4, give you a week off. That's the easiest way to do it. Want to go home for 2 weeks? That for 2 weeks. Divide that by 4. What's your fixed cost? 2,600. Divide that by 4. That's 650. Take 2 weeks off if you want to take 2 weeks off. So on and so forth. Weeks, divide that by 4. That's how much you have to put aside for your emergency fund so you take 3 weeks off. That's how you do it. But you guys, it's just some of the stuff that irritates the crap out of me. The expectations, the stupidity. Some of the stuff is just dumb. Some of the stuff, people don't understand is that when drivers out here come up here and they mess up and they tear a truck up or they tear a trailer up or they don't take it to go get fixed, you just toss it to the other guy. 90% of the time it's going to be a lease operator that's going to have to take time out of his day to go fix the stuff. 9 times out of 10, that's who's going to have to go fix it. It's not a company driver that's going to take the time. It's a lease operator. If the company driver doesn't fill up the tank, it's 90% of the time it's going to be a lease operator that has to go fill up the reefer tank. 90% of the time. Just saying. Do unto others as you like them to do unto you. Twisted D's getting ready to go on a getting ready to go live, guys. See if you guys want to check him out. He'll be getting ready to go live here in a little bit. But telling you guys, man, like in this tough time right now, guys, take whatever you can take. Grind and hustle, snatch up every load that you can take because there might not be a load behind it that you can get. Catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. You guys have any other questions that you want to ask? 7 of you guys in here. Why I ain't got 7 thumbs up? Get some more thumbs up, guys. Let me get some more thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I don't know who that is. Yeah, man. I'm just waiting to get unloaded. They said that may be able to get me unloaded tonight. I'm hoping so. Hoping so. Do I regret going to Prime? No. Best decision I made. Consistency is key. Consistency is key all across the board. You go to a bank, they want to see consistency. You go to any job, they want to see consistency. Another company, who's another company that's gonna pay you like Prime can pay you? Guarantee there's not another company that's gonna do you the right way, give you a nice truck, help you out, help you build your business. Show me another company. There isn't one. I would have found it. I do massive amounts of research for myself, friends, whatever. Prime is where it's at, bro. And that's not just drinking the Prime Kool-Aid. It's been here 4 years. You get some stuff. You I'll be 4 years next month. You get some stuff if you've been here over a long period of time. You move up in the ladder. Not right now. I don't plan on getting my authority. See, most people don't pay attention to how the insurance world works and the business side of things. You'd be crazy right now to go get your own authority right now. People are gonna have their own opinions of that, but you'd be crazy to go get your own authority right now because insurance rates are gonna go up another 35%. So if they go up another 35%, it's gonna put majority of the owner operators out of business because rates aren't going up. It's gonna put the majority of them out of business. That's why if you can get under an umbrella, get under that umbrella until the storm passes. Don't go out here in the tornado and get your shit swung, your roof took off, all of that stuff. Nah, too many people are losing their trucks. Too many people are having financial hardships. I mean, rates are in the toilet right now. In the toilet. There's not a lot of money being made right now. I mean, you're not making 8, 9 grand a week like you were before. You know, 9, 10,000 to the truck, 12,000 to the truck, 15K to the truck. You're not seeing that. That's why people are hiring because they're losing so many drivers because so many drivers are leaving. Consistency is key. Trucker Brown said it himself. He said the worst mistake he ever made was job hopping. Cost yourself money. Who wants to cost himself money? My day went okay, little man. Day went okay. Um, Not a lot going on. Tried to get here early. They wouldn't let me in until 6. Got here at 6. They got me back here, so I'm just waiting to get a door so I can get unloaded, little man. Well, not so little. He's 13 now. Still gonna be my little man. 13. You know, surprising thing. Surprising thing, y'all. I started truck when my little man was 8. He's almost 14. Yes, I would go lease purchase at Prime. The truck that I had was my lease purchase truck. So I at one point he suspended the lease purchase program. He suspended it. I ordered my truck that Friday. He suspended it that Monday. I was kind of shitty about it. And I said, "Well, I ordered my truck on that Friday." He's like, "Sorry, you fell through the cracks." And da 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 da. But I do plan on going lease purchase here at some point in time. Rates have to come back up. We have to start put some money back before I can start making those financial decisions again. Any other questions for the four of you guys that are in here? Why am I so low? For my value? Surprisingly, over 2,000 subscribers and only 8, 9 of y'all showed up. Interesting. Interesting. But no, that's it, guys. Just thought I'd chat it up with you guys. 6 of you guys up in here. Can I get a few more? Where are the loyal ones? Yeah, the loyal ones. You guys are the loyal ones. Chopping it up with me, waiting for me to get this call so I can get unloaded. Appreciate you, Raj89 and RJ. Yeah, man. It's it's a grind though, it's a grind. Why do I have a big beard? My beard is not big. Oh, you started watching my videos before you came, man. Well, I appreciate you rocking with me all this time. How long you been at Prime now? A year, 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. How long you been here, Raj? Appreciate it, Sparks Vibes. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, we gotta ride like Clyde. Oh, that's what's up. Been over here, been here a year already. That's what's up, man. You lease or your company? I'm assuming you're lease, Raj, but you might be company. Looking to see if you're going to respond. Oh, you lease. Okay, that's what's up. Lease in April. You got your Peter, you got you a Freightliner. I'm assuming you're probably a Freightliner. I'm assuming. Oh yeah, yeah. That's my little man. That's my little man. That's Kylie Taylor. That's my wife's name, but my son is using her. RJ, when I switched divisions, I thought about it. Freightliner. I thought about switching divisions. Um, but at the end of the day, I don't like that cold all that much. Real talk. I don't like that cold. And then you throwing tarps and straps and chains. No, negative. Your hands gonna be doing the no. I'll be like, nah, like nah. Mm-mm. My hand. I'm not trying to have my hands cold like that. Nah, nah. If I was to switch divisions, I'd probably do flatbed or maybe tanker. But I've talked to my buddy Adam a bunch about flatbed. I would probably do flatbed if I did change division. How many miles on your Freightliner, Raj? Oh man, how many miles you got on your Freightliner, Raj? Probably 400, 400,000. Oh, 342. Okay, that ain't bad. Ain't bad. You staying up on your maintenance, bruh? Staying up on that maintenance? Making sure she rides smooth. Gotta make sure she rides smooth. Oh, purple was my old truck. I turned her in with 517,000 miles on it. I turned her in. Some lady in Georgia. I see her all the time outside of Cartersville. She has my old truck. Oh man, I was hoping that they would get me unloaded tonight. Hoping, hoping so. They just taking all day. Yeah, man. She take care of you. You take care of her. She take care of you. You don't take care of her. She gonna slap you with the quickness and have you have to get told. She be like, "Oh, you don't want to take care of me. You don't want to change my oil. Now I'm gonna make you change my oil." Oh my gosh, yo. Has anyone watched The Last of Us? Nah, not yet. What we saying? Like, change my oil. I need my tires redone. Same thing like a woman. I need my nails done. I need my tires replaced. I need my windshield wipers. and it's twice as I need my tires done. Man, the tires is like $1,000. I mean, it'd be funny stuff. My truck abundance. She's at the Peterbilt dealership in PA getting fixed, man. I'm just like, can't wait to get my truck back. Can't wait to get my truck back. But saying, oh, you want to run me out of fuel? Okay, my lights gonna come on. Oh, you don't want to put death in me? My death light's gonna come on. My my death pump is bad. Fix me. My ECM's bad. Fix me. Oh, you want to throw 42,000 in the box and make me pull it? All right, I'm on. Like, jeez, man. They just we be looking at like, dang, that load heavy. Be like, all right, baby, you all right? Just it's okay. Just you can pull it. We know you got it. We know that you got it. Just hold it, haul it. Oh, you need some go juice? Let me put some go juice in you. Let daddy give you some oil so we can lubricate your innards. Cause I know you're running low on oil. I gotta make myself laugh sometimes, like real talk. Like, oh, you have nothing better to do but sit here, look out the window, and think of things that are going on and how you think you could make things better. Well, it's almost an hour, guys. Any guys have any other questions that you want to ask? Any and all questions work. Any and all questions work, guys. There's four of you with four thumbs up. So, all right. Well, we rocked it out for an hour. I got 7 hours left on my clock. We'll see if they'll get me unloaded. But do me a favor, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you guys haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Also, guys, check out my last video talking about if you're a lease operator, you shouldn't go home negative. Also, I have another video coming out that's Red Bull versus Celsius Live Fit energy drink. We'll talk later about that. A couple questions dropped in. When do you think the market will turn back around? Ah, well, that's a tricky question because produce season is supposed to start here in another couple February, March. Produce season starts. Um, March, maybe April. We'll start seeing a turnaround in freight. Um, to know what's going on here, you need to know what's going on there. What's going on overseas. And when we're not producing a lot of stuff, that there's another issue going on. Distractions. There's a lot of distractions going on. You need to know what to be looking at as a distraction. But to answer that question, probably April. We'll see the freight market turn back around. If not at all this year might be really rough. See. But I got another couple videos coming out, guys. Remember to be blessed, less stress. Keep the left door closed. Right foot down. Only when it's safe, guys. And like I always say, guys, I see you on the blacktop. Safe trucking.